Welcome, everyone, to the Weird World Podcast. I'm Dean.
I'm Emma.
I'm Carrie.
Today we have Weird News 3, I think. Are we numbering it? I don't know.
Don't number it because...
Why?
Wouldn't it only be 2?
You're not the boss of me. No, maybe the third one. Weird News, the latest. How's that? How about this? Weird News, Animal Edition. Most of these stories, in fact, I think all of them, are going to have some animal angle to them.
Oh.
All right. Carrie, you want to start? You know what? Why don't I start? You want me to start?
Sure.
Go
I'll
for
start.
it, Dean.
We all remember Shamu, the playful orca that was the star of a little movie called, I think, Blackwater, wasn't it?
Oh.
Blackfish. Blackwater was the
horrible...
group of anti-American mercenaries.
Yes.
Okay.
That murdered people in
From
Afghanistan. And
for no reason. Iraq.
Yep.
And Afghanistan. And
oh.
probably lots of other places we don't know about. Anyway, the orca is one of the, it's actually a relative of the porpoise and dolphin. It's in the dolphin side of the family. They're not a whale at all. That's why we're calling it orca. Also, killer whale seems kind of prejudiced to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's not
appreciate
very
that.
nice.
No, it's not.
I mean,
all whales kill things when they eat them.
Yeah, sure.
orcas are pretty intense predators, though.
Damn right
Are
they
they
are.
not?
Damn right they are. So one night when Esther Christine Storkson was asleep, this is on the yacht. I guess really like a kind of a big boat that her dad had.
Also known as a yacht.
I suppose it could also be known as a yacht. You're right. They were sailing off the coast of France not long ago when suddenly she just felt a big old bump, and it woke her up. That's how intense the bump was. She got up on deck, and she looked out, and she saw, to her, I imagine, horror, a whole bunch of orcas
Whoa.
swimming around the boat, surrounding
Scary.
their boat.
Oh, I hope it was a big boat.
It was a small yacht. I was just trying to. I thought that was a thing that you were going to try to do. And we can talk like that. The steering wheel, sort of like swinging out of control, it's a 37-foot sailboat. As a matter of fact, now that I have it here, it was pushed. Like almost, it got turned around by the orcas to make it head actually in the opposite direction. So it went from its direction to going back to where it came from by the activities of these orcas who were knocking the boat and slamming against it with their heads.
Scary.
Horrifying.
That's terrifying.
Storkson said they're ramming the boat. They hit us repeatedly, giving us the impression that it was a coordinated attack. So multiple, I think what are they, 40 foot? These are big animals. These are the
They're
biggest,
huge, yeah.
second biggest predator in the sea.
They're that big?
Yeah, they're big. I think
bigger?
at least 30 plus. How's that?
Who's bigger than them?
I think 35. The sperm whale
Oh, okay.
is a.
I don't ever remember.
Carrie's going to check on her phone right now. I'm going to say at over.
They're pretty big.
I'm pretty sure they get over 30 feet.
They're much
And
larger
maybe-
than dolphins.
Yes, much. I hope I'm right. I know they get bigger than great white sharks because they do indeed
Yes.
kill great white sharks.
Adult male orcas may be 30 feet long and have a dorsal fin up to 6 feet. Female orcas reach a length of 25 feet and have smaller dorsal fins.
All right. Well, 30. That's close. So,
Yeah, they're heavy.
yeah they are. Big ass.
8,000 to 16,000 pounds.
That's one.
And they
big-
can live up to 90 years
90
old.
years.
Oh, that's the
Jesus.
women, of course.
Of course. Women always live longer.
Yeah. The males can only live up to be 60.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yeah. So
Wow.
this happened for about 15 minutes, and then finally they just broke off and left.
Wow. That probably felt like it was hours.
Oh my God, that would have been 15 minutes of orcas smacking around your
a
37-foot
long
sailboat.
time.
Good Lord. They said, quote, approximately 3/4 of the rudder was broken off and some metal was bent. So now they have a broken
Oh my
rudder,
God.
and they're in the not middle of the Atlantic, but they're miles away from shore in the Atlantic Ocean off of France. I mean, that's a pretty serious condition. Some sailboats have had to been towed back to port after attacks by orcas because orcas like to come after your rudder.
Wow.
It's a recent thing. There is no record. An orca has never killed anyone, although reportedly 2 sailboats were sunk by orcas off the coast of Portugal, I think like late 2021, something like that.
Oh.
Maybe it was early. Maybe it was this year. not positive, but no one was killed. I remember reading years ago a report of like an an Antarctic explorer was on an ice floe or something like that, and an orca started smacking the ice floe to tip him off the other side, which is one of the ways they kill seals and penguins and eat them. And so that was predatory behavior, but they didn't. A boat came and got him. I'm sure he's raging, "Get me off the ice floe now!" And he was picked up, but so we don't know. Would that orca have eaten him? If not, would have knocked him over and said, "Wait a second, you're not a seal. Get back up there. Here, let me help you up." So
Sorry, so I was confused. I'm sorry. My bad.
It's totally my fault.
I totally thought you were a seal.
Stop going. Oh, oh, oh. That's not a very good seal sound.
Terrible.
It was a bad seal
It's a
sound.
pretty bad seal sound. I'm not going to lie. So those boats were attacked down in southern Portugal, down by the Straits of Gibraltar. So this is quite a ways away. So the scientists were kind of, we didn't expect that, because typically when you have these strange behaviors, it's the same pod or the same area, or they've learned behavior in a fairly confined area. So either these orcas were traveling quite a distance, which they could have been, or it was multiple different pods that were doing this. So that's confusing, a little concerning, I suppose, if you are a sailor.
Yeah. Not something I'm going to worry about.
No, you probably shouldn't have to. Nope. And there's been more of them lately. And again, they seem to be attracted to the rudder. Some of the scientists think that maybe it's something to do with the water pressure, that they want to. One scientist said, quote, "What we think is that they're asking to have the propeller in the face," said a scientist, which seems like a weird way to phrase it. Like they're going close to the prop, the propeller in the back, because they love the pressure. It's like a thing. And I guess, it's like dangerous little fun game, but because if they get a little too close, they get their nose cut off.
Yeah.
But apparently, and so.
Maybe that did happen to one and they remember it, and now that's why they go after them.
Ooh, good one, Carrie. Carrie's a little
theory.
Pop scientific theory.
Yeah.
And so the scientist thinks that, maybe a sailboat doesn't have a propeller going.
Yeah.
So they smack the rudder because, quote, they get kind of frustrated, and that's why they break the rudder. I think that's almost certainly nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's like, "Hey, you guys aren't doing propeller that I like on my face? I'm going to smack your rudder." I think that's...
Yeah, that's weird. Why would they like that anyway?
I don't know. They may like that, but I don't think they're smacking the sailboat because
it
it's
doesn't-
not
yeah.
satisfying their crave for propellers. Also, but other attacks have included on boats that did have their propeller going, so there doesn't seem to be that part of it. So one guy, he was 25 miles off the coast of Spain, starting to enter into the Strait of Gibraltar. They were running the boat's engine, and they saw a bunch of orcas, and all of a sudden the steering wheel just violently spun around, and he couldn't even hold on to it. He had to let go. And his quote is, "I was like, Jesus, what's this?"
I'm sure that's exactly the tone he had.
That's what he said. I think I'm doing the tone well. It was like a bus was moving it. I looked to the side, and all of a sudden I could see just that familiar white and black of the killer whale. And he's using the derogatory term, so I think he deserved it. But that's how hard they're hitting these boats. They think that mostly they're being done by juvenile males.
Of course, the males
yeah.
are so juvenile.
Punk.
Dumb boys.
Honestly, in every species, young males are the stupidest specimens of that species, for sure.
Yeah.
There's something about moving parts that seem to stimulate them, one of the scientists said. Perhaps. So, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Sure.
They think it's a game. The scientist, he speculates. His name is DeStephanus. I can't think of I don't have his first name. He says this is a game. When they have their own adult life, it will probably stop. So they'll grow out of it, he's basically saying.
When they have jobs and responsibilities.
Wives.
When they meet somebody they really like.
I mean, maybe even start living together, because nowadays you live together before you get married, obviously.
Of course.
So, another scientist named Towers, he says that these games tend to go in and out of fashion among orcas. They have different games they've noticed them over the years. They have trends.
This is hilarious.
It is weird. He said right now, a population in the Pacific of orcas, quote, "We have juvenile males who often interact with prawn and crab traps. It's just been a fad for a few years," unquote. So they're just messing with crab traps, and it kind of spreads to other, I guess, juvenile males in that area, and they start messing with the prawn and crab traps. He says back in the 1990s, there were some other orcas in the Pacific, and the thing was in vogue was this little game. He says, quote, "They'd kill fish and just swim around with a fish on their head." We just don't see that anymore. So orcas started killing fish, put the fish in their head like, hey, look at me. This is my hair. This is a wig.
Look how silly I am.
And they'd swim around. And then after a couple of years, it died away. No, they stopped doing that.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That is pretty funny. That is the story of real killer whales that are apparently going to sink some ships. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out for
But
anybody.
they didn't kill anybody.
No, I haven't killed anybody. Still kind of waiting for that to happen.
Well, didn't that orca kill that one trainer?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's different.
We're
In the
talking about
wild,
out in the
yeah.
ocean.
Also,
So they're kind of like bully whales, not killer whales.
they're bully whales. Good.
They're
Yeah.
rude,
Carrie.
yeah.
Yeah.
They get in the
Yeah.
way. And
Hoodlum whales. we'll
Hoodlum
call them.
whales. They're not whales
you
again.
said
No.
hoodlum with like a lot of veracity.
Did. That was.
Hoodlum whale.
That's how you got to say hoodlum.
Over to you, Carrie.
Story number 2 also has to do with juvenile male animals.
Does it?
I think it's male anyway.
Okay.
This happened in August of 2022. It didn't make the cut of our last weird news. And you can even find video of this on the internet. It's about a real life Winnie the Pooh.
A real life Winnie the Pooh
It's a brown bear in Turkey.
that has a red sweater and shows his butt.
And
No.
pantless.
You know how Winnie the Pooh really loved honey.
Oh yeah,
Loved it.
couldn't spell it, but loved it.
This true. This bear in Turkey really loved honey too, and in August of this year gobbled up some of this yummy honey and took quite a little trip there,
A trip like a
like a
trip.
hallucinogenic
From
trip
honey.
From
You
honey.
can get high from honey.
Yep.
Don't tell people. TikTok was all over this.
Humans are just bears.
Yes, anybody probably.
What the
I thought don't all bears. I'm not saying Winnie the Pooh is a documentary, but don't all bears like honey? Right?
I mean, I imagine all
do you think?
animals would like it, right?
Yeah. Well, but only some animals can get at it.
Yeah.
They got the big old claws. They
Yeah.
can rake it out. They're not all that bothered by bee stings because they have thick fur and skin.
Maybe.
So
Well, this bear got high as a kite on what's called mad honey.
Mad honey.
Yep. And in Turkish, it's also called delibal.
Delibal.
B-A-L. This young bear was rescued after it was found passed out in
tripping mad.
Turkey's northwestern Duj province.
Sure, why not douche?
It's about 130 miles east of Istanbul.
The bear took a shower for 3.5 hours just trying to come down.
Sat on the floor of the shower.
I'm going to eat bread and drink coffee. I don't know what's happening.
And actually, I made a mistake. I misgendered the bear cub. It was a female.
Oh.
pff, Wouldn't you know it?
Wow.
Was taken to a veterinary center and it was given a good bill of health. But somehow this little bear got a hold of an excessive amount of delibal, which is actually, I don't know.
I don't know.
They don't manufacture it, whatever, gathered up or whatever
Sure.
by beekeepers in the Black Sea region and in the Himalayas. And people have been doing this for centuries.
What's different about it from regular honey?
Well, let me tell you. It's also known as bitter honey. It has very pungent taste.
Wait. Not bitto honey.
No, bitter honey.
Damn.
And it's the result of bees feeding on the pollen of rhododendron flowers. Which
Oh, really?
we have rhododendron
So
flowers.
if you eat rhododendron, they produce a bitter honey that can get you high.
That has like hallucinogenic properties.
Correct. No, rhododendron flowers have a natural neurotoxin called granotoxin that, when consumed, can induce euphoria, hallucination, and intoxication.
In all seriousness, how has this
I
is not a
know.
thing by beekeepers specializing in feeding their bees rhododendron and selling
Maybe
this?
it's like
Yeah.
the best kept secret.
Yeah,
of
well,
hallucinogens.
not anymore.
I
Well,
know. Mom blew the lid
It's very
open.
expensive. I don't.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so-
seem like it should be that difficult to do, but
Maybe this
is
is like the rich person's acid.
Yes.
I don't know, but
It's
there's
bitter honey.
They only have it at Davos and Bohemian Grove.
But the video of this poor little bear is like her in the back of a pickup truck, just like
Was it a cub? You said.
yeah,
Oh,
but not a teeny tiny little cub.
yeah. But
Just like, kind of propped up against the cab of the truck, like legs and arms splayed.
high as shit.
Yeah. And there's going to be a callback, but
Okay.
in what can be described as a vertical sploot.
What the fuck?
Her mouth, that's all I'm going to say. Her mouth was slightly open, her eyes wide, and she wiggled around, dazed and confused. So she turned into a celebrity.
Well, sure. Her name was Vertical Sploot. I mean,
And they named her Balkis, which means honey girl.
Honey Girl. My aunt was
Who do
named
we
Honey
know?
Girl.
Named Honey Girl.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it was. But you don't call an adult by the same nickname they had in 1950s high school, okay?
Well, they do if your name is really Mildred.
Yeah, still, I feel like
Just
So-
call her honey.
It's also
did.
honey, could be honey daughter.
she was much older than my mom. Sure.
Yeah, honey.
So anyway, she's super cute.
Yeah, sure.
It's adorable.
Well,
Belkies.
yes.
Okay.
So Balkis became a little celebrity for this, but there have been thousands of poisoning cases
Where it's not good.
throughout
where
the
they
world
die.
and
the
throughout
world?
history. We could go into it, but I'm not going
In
to.
bear history? You mean bear story?
No, people
people
history.
history.
Oh, people history.
Bear Street.
What? From
Yeah.
honey?
There are stories
maybe that's why
about
it's not a thing.
Socrates talking about it.
Talking about high honey. About
Yep.
hallucinogenic honey.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a really
Hallucinati.
long time ago.
yeah.
Yeah. And they actually, like,
It's like 50,
Like-
100 years ago.
armies used to poison each other.
Wait, you say Arby's used to poison?
Armies.
Oh, I really
The
thought you said
roast
Arby's.
beef
Troops.
chain.
The roast beef and honey it actually blew up in their face. It didn't work out well.
Yeah.
They killed a lot of customers and also with the honey. Sponsors,
Hey,
so Arby's.
that was the bad thing
Boom,
to do. on the-
roasted.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I did kind of roast them though.
Yep.
No one likes Arby's.
I actually kind of like Arby's.
Roman soldiers and the Persian armies planted some of the honeys so that Roman soldiers would find it.
They lay honey out high. Have some.
They
Nothing
did.
gonna harm you.
They ate
You
the
like
honey,
wink, wink.
became disoriented, and couldn't fight. And then the
Wow.
Persian army returned and killed over 1,000 Roman troops.
Well, that did not turn out well for Rome.
No.
That's not very nice at all.
Yep.
Nope. And then Zach Miller made a homoerotic movie about it.
In the American Civil War.
Zach Miller? Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
The hell am I
300?
Zach Miller.
Who's Miller?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It happened to the Union soldiers.
What?
In the
What the
American Civil
fuck?
War.
They got honeyed?
They encountered mad honey near the Appalachian Mountains.
Of course it was near the Appalachian Mountains. That makes so much sense.
It does, actually. There's also a pig.
Well,
And a
I guess
family
it's
of
not
backwoodsmen.
any rhododendron flower. They are only found in a few places and are most prolific in mountainous regions of the Black Sea and the foothills of the Himalayas, and apparently the Appalachian Mountains in the
The
United
Appalachian
States.
Mountains have everything.
They do. They have it all.
They have it all.
They have a trail. They have honey.
And they have a ton of monsters.
Monsters. They do.
I was going to say
Monsters.
scary things, but I changed to
They do.
monsters.
Well,
They
and
do.
I guess the harvesters, it's difficult to get it because they have to climb tall trees and cliffs, and they have to fend off one of the largest species of honeybees in the world
In the Appalachians?
to get to it.
Appalachian?
That
I am
I don't
now
know how
afraid.
it happened in the Appalachians, but here's why they do it. A pound of mad honey can be sold for around $170.
We are starting a business.
Yep. It's one of the most expensive honeys in the world.
I feel like that's got to be the most expensive honey. Is it
Yeah.
saffron honey more expensive? I just made that up.
Saffron.
Yeah, you did. It's also often
Gold.
held up to be a natural remedy for conditions like we know most things are.
Dr. Oz is big support of it.
Diabetes,
What the fuck?
hypertension,
Pronounced diabetes, but
gastrointestinal disorders, arthritis, and
Okay.
sore throats. Isn't that all,
How
honey?
on earth?
dropsy, blindness, male problems.
And the number one thing,
What?
it's an aphrodisiac or a treatment for erectile dysfunction.
Oh my God, I was kidding. I just said
Got it.
that.
Well, if something causes
Damn
euphoria, then yeah, it helps male problems.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, anyway, too much of it can land you in the hospital. So,
Like poor honey girl.
and the only animals that don't get high off mad honey are
Wait. Wolverines.
no,
Damn it. Humans.
no,
Cats.
Pegasus.
the bees that produce it, you guys.
Yeah,
That
we were
seemed
not-
pretty
That
obvious.
makes a lot of sense now. Wait, bees eat their own honey?
Well,
I don't know a lot about bees,
They
obviously.
touch a lot of the honey.
Yeah.
They make it.
I don't know. They must.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Bee Movie?
I have not seen
They're
the movie.
caked in honey.
Oh, are they really? Okay.
No, I made that up.
That also was a documentary.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, thanks, Carrie.
That was
That's
a
it.
fun one.
Yeah, that was. I am going to go to a less fun one, but a more of a gross one. Now, we had an episode callback of, we haven't done, I don't think we've done animals. Yes, we did. We did a story about the Texarkana fish that fell from the sky. Did we do that? Like
Yeah.
a brief one? Did we do that in a
Texarkana, that was Kentucky.
That was a meat shower.
Kentucky, yeah. Oh, that's not what you're talking about?
No.
Oh.
Actually, fish falling from the sky. For years and for hundreds of years now, people have talked about fish falling from the sky. Charles Fort, the famous purveyor of all things strange, wrote a lot about fish falls, and no one quite understands it. What?
We've
Fish
never
fall
heard
from
of
the
Charles
sky?
Fort
You never heard Charles Fort?
or Fish Falls.
Fortian?
No.
Well, you ever heard of fish falls?
Well, maybe.
Is it when fish get sucked into the sky and then they fall?
That's what they have thought for a long time. The dominant explanation for it was that, a water spout grabbed him up from the pond somewhere by, and they traveled in the air on this water spout, and they, 10 miles later, the water spout lost its energy and they fell. And fish, but there's been reports, valid reports, of fish literally falling from the sky for years and years and years. And they happen semi-regularly.
What the
and it just
fuck?
happened in Texarkana not that long ago. Texarkana, Texas, as
Okay.
you know. The Texarkana, seat of Texarkana, is on two sides of two states.
I swear to God, if I am ever anywhere and fish fall from the sky,
that'd be so
I might
great.
kill myself.
No,
Well-
no. That seems extreme.
I think that world was ending.
Well,
now you will
now
know
you
that
know
it's
not to.
not.
That is
Okay,
not that
true.
unusual.
Good point.
So these two researchers recently have been studying this phenomenon. They think they found what's been causing it, and it turns out it's not water spouts. Most experts, I think, now don't think water spouts even can do that. They think it might be
An angry God.
kind of if a god is a cormorant,
Oh, okay.
a type of bird
Oh.
that throws up its meal with a fair amount of regularity. So they think what's happening is a flock of cormorants recently fed, for some reason, are regurgitating their fish in a specific place. Birds will sometimes do that to lighten their load. Maybe they ate too much, or maybe a predator is nearby and they need to fly faster. They'll throw up to fly
Right.
faster. They studied the case in Texarkana, and a geologist named Sharon Hill, she's in Pennsylvania, she worked with a guy named Paul Cropper, who's in Australia, and they found that what they think is pretty conclusive evidence that indeed the Texarkana fish fall was cormorants. Quote, "We're not going to be dismissive. We're not going to default to a paranormal explanation, but we're looking to document what happened and what can be the possible natural causes." And so they looked at it and said, okay, it wasn't a hoax. Very conclusive evidence that it really did happen, and that it wasn't also flooding. Some people have said it's flooding, but they found fish in the backs of trucks and on top of roofs, not just on the ground, so it wasn't any kind of flooding or anything like that. They were able to verify that it didn't fall from a plane. I guess they looked into flights in the area, and nobody dropped any fish. That's good to know.
No
So-
reported fish missing.
And they identified the fish. The types of fish was a gizzard shad, which sounds
What?
delicious if you're a cormorant. They looked at the fish, and the fish looked to have been partially digested.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
So they were pretty conclusive.
Boom, bam.
And they matched that with cormorants having this habit of expelling their stomach contents, because it turns out cormorants are indeed bulimic. And we were able to verify that there were cormorants fly right by there all the time. It's on their migratory path. This is the time of year where there would be cormorants flying right over there. They looked at some security footage from a discount tire store in Texarkana, and it showed they were actually able to see on this video 6 fish smacking the ground just outside the discount tire store coming straight out of the sky.
Wow.
That's amazing, isn't it? So, again, it's legit. And I guess they fly by the airport in Texarkana. And on the day of the storm, some staff at the airport found the runway covered in fish. And the crews had to shovel
Yuck.
up to 10 pounds of fish, which delayed flights from taking off. That's how much. So that's a lot of cormorants and a lot of
Yeah.
fish they're eating. They're a good-sized bird, but
10 pounds is not a ton of fish, I wouldn't think.
for gizzard shad, I don't know how big a gizzard shad is. I have no idea. But yeah, you're right. But if it's concentrated, and these are, I'm sure, small planes. So you don't
Yeah.
want to hit a pile,
Oh, sure.
even a
Yeah.
small pile of fish in a small plane.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
was just-
Sorry.
That was weird. Okay. So we think maybe the fish fall conundrum is solved. Again, I've read somewhere else, I can't remember where, that the water spout idea is probably pretty unlikely. It just does not enough energy. Maybe, I mean, it could be, but if this is something that, if this happens with different kinds of birds, then maybe it is different birds. Expand cormorants are maybe one of the main culprits. So we could have finally solved
That makes
the
sense.
great mystery of fish falls. That's my fish fall story, Care.
Good job.
So
Thanks.
I went from disturbing and scary to kind of gross. What you got for us?
Okay, here I have another animal-related story that didn't make our cut for the last one. So it is also from summer 2022. Apparently, people in New York City will be, walking around, strolling through Central Park, enjoying the nice summer weather, and they would come upon a squirrel sprawled out, flat on the ground, face down, limbs outstretched, and just lying there.
Yeah, it's dead, Carrie.
Completely
It's
still.
roadkill. Oh, is it alive?
Well, and they were getting alarmed and notifying city officials, there's all these dead squirrels lying around, or they're sick, or
lot
something's
of
wrong
them?
with them.
Thousands and thousands of dead squirrels?
No.
Am I
Well, enough to
exaggerating?
alert the authorities.
I
Yeah.
know.
And so the city's Department of Parks and Recreation had to tweet out to the city dwellers, don't be alarmed when you see squirrels laying
Dead.
flat on their tummies.
Now
this.
how are they going to get that word out? Because hopefully
Yeah.
they've been in Twitter, and otherwise someone got their blue tick for that organization.
Yeah.
They're sending out spoof messages.
Well, and they even tweeted a picture of what it looks like. They're saying that these squirrels are just fine. Don't worry that on hot days, squirrels keep cool by splooting.
Splooting. This is the callback now. The
Yes.
call forward, actually.
I hear it.
So splooting.
On
Squirrels
cool,
are splooting.
Yep, on cool surfaces to reduce their body heat. It's
I
sometimes
do the same thing.
A lot of us do.
On my bed sheets, I sploot.
You sploot.
It's also referred to as heat dumping.
Heat dumping. They can think of a better phrase than that.
And-
feel
Splooting and heat
Yeah,
dumping
they need to work on their
are two of
words.
the worst things I've ever
This is
heard.
not good.
Splooting does
Can we
sound a
help
little
them?
bit gross.
Yeah, but heat dumping doesn't?
They're both
Yeah, it
really
does.
nasty.
Well, other people were equally bemused by the term splooting, and it became a little internet
Did it?
sensation
I
for
think
a
that
while.
was splooging. So
Splooting.
you misread that.
It is of unknown origin. We don't know where it came
Dutch.
from,
Dutch.
Probably.
Sounds Dutch to me.
but it's also a popular term used by dog owners
Is it?
What?
because
Popular?
We
have-
own dogs.
Yes.
that sploot.
And we had one
Also-
dog that splooted all the time.
She did.
Hazel.
She
used to
was a
sploot
splooter.
lot.
Yeah, she was a
definite
splooter.
She's a first-class splooter. But we never called it that, Carrie, so it's not that popular of a
Well,
term.
veterinarians who know lots of stuff about dogs and cats also believe that they do this to beat the heat.
Huh.
Yep.
She would do it inside. I
Yeah.
don't think she's doing it for heat. I think she's just comfortable splooting.
I think she was too, because she used to do it on carpet and stuff
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
I understand if you do it on the cool tile.
Yeah, but no. She did
Yeah.
all over the place. She did anyway. She's splooting a car. She's splooting a house. She's splooting a bus. She's splooting a truck. She's splooting a boat. We already told you about it.
Well, so because the whole idea of splooting generated a lot of interest online, eventually the word is going to get out to the people who add words to the world's major dictionaries.
Those people.
Or at least the United States major dictionaries. So the person
Found that very funny. No one else did, but that's good.
well, the person who they
That
put
sounds like the fakest laugh ever. She wrote to herself in parentheses, laugh.
it turns out it wasn't
Ho, ho.
in the online Merriam-Webster dictionary or in the British Collins English
You're
dictionary.
making up the dictionaries. I've never heard
Collins
This is
English?
Webster's. There's only one dictionary as far
Collins
as I know.
English is run by Colin Firth.
Yeah, it is Colin Firth.
Well,
And I believe it.
I think it's also Willem Dafoe, weirdly.
so I think now it's in the dictionary now.
Splooting.
It's a verb, intransitive
sploot.
To sploot or not to sploot.
of an animal to lie flat on the stomach with the hind legs stretched out behind the body. And its origin is probably 21st century slang, perhaps altered from splat.
Splat, maybe. I could see that. We need to get T-shirts made saying, "Do you
remember-
sploot?"
Do you
Question mark.
sploot? I remember seeing our dog I can like visualize her getting in the position to sploot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Her like
Yeah.
stretch it then.
Yeah, she would stretch forward to
Yeah.
fully sploot.
Yeah. And Lily does that too. She's a little
Very rarely.
chihuahua.
A
And
chihuahua.
it's not yet in the Oxford English
Oh,
Dictionary.
well, whatever, Oxford.
Then it's fake.
Although Fiona McPherson, a lexicographer at that dictionary, said, although it's not in the dictionary yet, they are tracking it.
Okay, that makes sense. They track it. If it doesn't last that long, it's like, that's embarrassing. You put
Yeah.
a word that lasted like a year and a half, just knock it off.
Yeah.
So they're going to see if it lasts long enough.
Fiona McPherson, she is a senior editor of New Words. I want that job.
That's a good job. Yep. That's a very cool job, man.
She is notably responsible for adding the word amazeballs to the dictionary.
Amazeballs.
Great
That's
legacy.
That is impressive.
It's a solid word. It's a
Pe-
solid-
she'll
been
never.
around
I
for
mean, when
years.
she's long gone, people will still have amazeballs and
Yeah.
be saying her word.
Yep.
Balakpala. Yeah, I'm just gonna new words for
No, that's not good.
Fiona.
No, that's terrible. Don't ever say that again.
Wag it. How about that? Wag it. I'm gonna do a wag it. We'll just name next animal that gets discovered. We're gonna call it a wag it.
It should be discovered from Australia.
Is that the story of splooting, Care?
That is the story
All right,
about
well, thank you.
splooting. Isn't it
That's
cute?
adorable. I
That
would like to
is
see a squirrel
adorable.
sploot.
This next story is not adorable. I'm gonna go darker still.
Great.
So we all love kangaroos. All my stories start with we all love. We like orcas. We like kangaroos too.
Kangaroos seem a little mean.
I'm scared
you know
of
what?
them.
It turns out they are, and turns out you should be.
They always look like they've got big old muscles and they're ready
Yes,
to box
they do.
you.
They are ready
They
to
do.
fight.
They look like they. Then again, they have been slaughtered for a long time in
True.
Australia.
True, good point.
Oh, I don't blame them, but
And we did make shoes out of them for a long time.
Isn't
Ugly
it-
shoes, how
aren't-
popular in the 70s. But
define we.
you had a pair of
Wallabies?
Wallabies. They're from kangaroos, I imagine. And wallabies.
No.
Yeah, you did too, you lion sack.
No,
of
I had a
wallaby.
pair of wallabies,
Okay, yeah.
100%, but I don't believe they were made out of kangaroos.
Oh, yeah, they were.
The
Yeah,
ones
original-
sold here.
Yeah. They were import, like Uggs.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Aren't kangaroos kind of like
Could be
Australia's deers? Like there's a fuck ton of them.
Ton of them, yeah. And they breed very rapidly, so it's
Yeah.
true. And they
Yeah,
actually.
but I wouldn't wear shoes made out of deers
No,
either.
no, I wouldn't either. I'm not condoning wallabies.
has like with little fawn-skin shoes with white dots on them. Oh, my Bambies.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. So
You shouldn't kill kangaroos, but
No.
they're not like an endangered species.
you know what else you shouldn't do? You shouldn't keep them as pets because they're not
Fuck
good
no.
pets. A man in Southwest Australia, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. He was keeping a pet. He was a 77-year-old man, and he kept a gray kangaroo. It was a pretty large kangaroo, not as big as the red, but pretty big. And he was found with some serious injuries, quote unquote, on his property earlier this year in Redmond, which is kind of a rural area, about 400 kilometers, 250 miles southeast of Perth, the capital of Western Australia. When he was found, he had a big gray kangaroo standing over him, and he was clearly badly injured. And the kangaroo would not let any of the emergency personnel get close to him, and they had to shoot the kangaroo because it was the paramedics couldn't get to him and treat him. And when they got to him, he was dead. I don't have the name of the person.
The kangaroo or the
Wait,
person?
the person. Let me.
Aw.
Yeah, you know, this article that I have does not have a name for him that I can see. But yeah, he was killed by this gray kangaroo, which can be over 4 feet tall. They can weigh over 100 pounds, and they can be. It was a famous kangaroo that I can't remember the name of it, but it was kind of a meme for a while there. I'll show you a picture of it. That's what it was. It was called Roger the Buff Kangaroo. You see that? We'll put this on our social
Yes,
media.
I've seen that photo.
It just looks like
Yeah.
just a
I've seen it.
badass
It's been memed a lot.
vein muscle big. It just looks like a
roided
freaking
up
looks like
kangaroo.
a kangaroo on roids, and they can get they're pretty powerful animals.
Yeah.
So they talked to Tanya Irwin.
Steve Irwin's wife.
I don't think wife, but I feel like related. I just don't know.
Is there a photo for anywhere?
No.
Okay.
She said she's a biologist or an expert on macropods in Australia, And she said, this looks like it was an adult male, and they become quite aggressive, and they don't do well in captivity. We don't know what the situation was, if he was in pain, the kangaroo, or why he was being kept in captivity. And unfortunately, they're not a cute animal. They're a wild animal,
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah.
And they are. And what they do is they basically fight you like they fight each other. Again, they can weigh up to 120 pounds, stand 1.3 meters, which is over 4 feet. The males especially get very aggressive, and they fight. They kind of wrestle you with their upper arms, which aren't that long, but they can get very powerful. And they pull, they lean back on their tail to support their body weight and start kicking you with feet and
and
powerful.
And their
feet and
claws are sharp,
Yeah.
and they're big. So you don't want to mess with a kangaroo.
They can cut you up.
I've heard if you live in Australia and you live in kind of a, in the outback, in a rural
Yeah.
area, you have to have kangaroo-proof windows.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah.
there's like menacing videos of kangaroos like staring out a big glass window and like
Yikes.
punching it.
Whoa.
Like trying to get in the house.
Just trying to get, honey, just drive. Oh my God, the kangaroo's trying to get
No,
us.
they're crazy.
It's looking at me, honey, just drive.
Have you seen the video of like this guy, I'm assuming somewhere in Australia, with his dog out in the wilderness, and a kangaroo has his dog in a fucking headlock.
Wow.
And this guy comes up and punches the kangaroo in the face.
Man.
And the kangaroo just kind of stammers back, like shocked that someone just punched him in the face. And then him and his dog just bolt out of there.
Did you punch me, bro? I'm going to kill you.
Kangaroo's like, what the fuck?
What? Well, it's funny you say that, because the last fatality before this one was 1936. A guy named William Cruikshank, and yes, they said his name. He was 38. He died in a hospital in Hillston in New South Wales because he had been attacked by a kangaroo that was messing with his dog. And he tried to intervene and get his dog. And so the kangaroo set on William Cruikshank and killed him back in 1936. He had extensive head injuries, including a broken jaw. And he died in the hospital. So the kangaroos, I would stay in my shatterproof car.
Yeah.
I absolutely would.
That's fucking scary. I don't like that one bit.
Or I enjoy a delicious kangaroo burger as well.
I wouldn't eat
No.
kangaroo.
Australia has tried for years to get kangaroo meat to be popular.
Well, didn't
as an
Jack in the
export.
Box
Jack in the Box
have
was
a little thing?
yeah, they were doing it in some Jack in the Boxes. Were doing kangaroo burgers
In Australia?
No, in
In America?
Was it Australia? Was it in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was in
Was
America.
it to promote the movie Kangaroo Jack?
No.
Probably not. That would be a phenomenal cross promotion. We're giving away kangaroo jacks and eat kangaroo jack at the same time.
Yeah.
Don't know why I gave him an accent, but
Yeah, no, I don't think Jack in the Box wanted it known. And
that's right. That's
when
right. It was kind of a
became
scandal
known,
that
yeah.
they had got some kangaroo meat mixed in with their beef. somehow,
Oh, I
or something like
vaguely
that.
remember this
Something like
actually.
that.
Kangaroo meat is eaten,
Yeah.
and it is eaten in Australia. But it's never. I don't think it's really caught on. If you're an Australian listener, please tell us if you eat kangaroo meat, or if it's semi-common at all to have kangaroo meat, even in Australia.
Well, on the shoes issue,
Yes.
Adidas,
Go on.
Nike, and Puma all use kangaroo leather for football shoes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
they
do
kill
not
like $2
believe-
million a year for leather and meat.
I think it's less than that actually.
sad.
Well, I don't know about meat, but
Kangaroos?
but-
No, they kill a lot because they breed, and that's a stable population though. They breed
Yeah.
very, very fast.
What the fuck?
and I don't believe wallabies were made out of.
Wallabies.
but you don't
actual
know that. You don't
wallabies.
believe it. You don't, maybe you don't want to believe because you.
Well,
or
I didn't
them.
find online that they
Were
were.
wallabies popular?
Very
Oh,
popular.
very popular.
In like the mid to late 70s, maybe something like that.
They started in 1967.
Oh well, I don't remember then.
Yeah, it would have
But
been in the 70s that we
it
had
was in
them.
the 70s, and they were a trend for a little while, not a
Yeah.
year or two, but
They had
were
like rubber
very popular.
soles.
Yeah.
And it was suede. They were made out of suede.
Kind of a soft, light brown, kind of a tan,
Yeah.
suedey kind of a material, and I'm pretty sure they're made from kangaroos.
I think you can find them now if you want to. Made out of suede.
From kangaroos.
I might try to get me a pair.
Okay.
What?
Now
I
you're
had a
monster.
pair when I was a kid and they were boy shoes.
Yeah. But you were a tomboy.
But I had
She was not a
I was
tomboy.
not a tomboy
Very.
at all, but I wanted those wallabies.
She wore a frilly dress and wallabies. Good
Probably.
luck.
That's some shit I would have done.
I
as a kid.
probably did.
Well, Carrie,
You want to hear my last story?
I do.
It's a little bit animal related, not really.
Okay. All right. Don't
broke the
undersell it,
chain.
Carrie.
Well, Emma, I imagine you've heard of this one because you're a kid who watches TikTok videos all the time.
I am a 22-year-old woman.
But who watches TikTok videos?
I do
all the
watch
time?
TikTok a lot.
Is a kid. Well, there was a recent social media challenge, which we all know they're stupid. Don't do them. They're dumb. But
I'm going
this,
to counter that with a counter argument. Do them. They're dumb. Do them because
well, this one was encouraging people to cook chicken in NyQuil.
that sounds
Yes, I
delicious.
have heard of
NyQuil
this.
chicken or some other similar over-the-counter cough and cold medication, presumably to eat. And,
Presumably, what do you mean? What else do you have? Chicken. You're going to eat the chicken.
well,
If it's been soaked in NyQuil, it's going to be, first of all, horrific because NyQuil has a disgusting black licorice kind of a flavor to it.
and it's a weird green color.
And also, why would you waste medicine like that?
Yeah,
Yes, it would
That's
all-
a resource.
It would be quite expensive too.
That would be.
Yeah.
How about the chicken? Okay.
So this became, I guess, a thing. I never heard of it, but the FDA actually had to issue a warning
Don't soak your chicken in NyQuil.
and do a public announcement and post a video warning people: do not follow these stupid social media challenges and do not cook your chicken in NyQuil and eat it.
Is it dangerous?
Yes, it's dangerous. NyQuil has acetaminophen, dextromethorphan, and doxylamine.
That's the one that makes you sleepy.
And actually boiling a medication can make it much more concentrated and can actually
Really?
change the properties of the medications in it. And also, even if you don't eat it, you do it for funsies because you want to post it on the internet.
Funsies, sure.
And it's a really gross looking dish.
It is. I remember seeing a video.
yeah.
Or two. It wasn't really the content targeted to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm older than 14.
Well, but as you're boiling the NyQuil, the vapors
Mm-hmm.
are going to be inhaled by you. And that could also be very dangerous.
Okay, no.
I think
Hi,
I
guys.
think somebody's been inhaling boiled dextromethorphan,
Like,
but it could also hurt your lungs when you inhale it.
Yeah.
ooh, that sounds
All these
dangerous.
kids were tripping balls. Saw the Hat Man.
Were people really eating it? Anybody get
So-
hurt?
Well, you could actually, yes, people were getting hurt because not from eating the chicken, but from
Inhaling the
inhaling
fumes.
it. Yeah,
That's where the
dangerously
phrase,
high
I do
amount.
believe I have the vapors actually comes from. Little known fact.
Well, and I
Not Tennessee
think
Williams.
Emma, you have alluded to this in our conversations, but there was another TikTok challenge that was telling young people to take large doses of the allergy medication diphenhydramine, which is also known as Benadryl, trying to induce hallucinations.
This was
Really?
a challenge telling people to do it.
Yes.
Hallucinate on Benadryl. That's not bitter
Well,
honey. I don't see
Emma,
that.
Emma will explain how
Okay.
it works.
I never saw anybody telling you to do it. I just saw it's kind of a common conversation in TikTok and social media where we've all taken Benadryl before to either like curb allergy symptoms or to try to fall asleep.
Yes.
And if you take several Benadryl, it does either induce really, really vivid, creepy dreams or kind of like sleep paralysis like hallucinations. And a
What?
common hallucination that a lot of people have seen is something called the Hat Man, where it's like,
This sounds like an episode.
A scary-
The Hat Man?
yeah, I can do some research and
Let's do that.
and the Hat Man, like, oh, I saw that. I took some Benadryl, saw the Hat Man. Like, we chit chatted last night. Like, it's more of a joke. It's not serious. It's not but I've never heard of people saying to do it.
Well, the
It's
way-
more of an accidental thing. Like, I accidentally took too many Benadryl and hallucinated.
Yeah, you don't want
Well,
sleep paralysis. That's
the way you
scary.
told it before, it was people take Benadryl to make them sleepy, and then if you fight going
yes,
to
yes,
sleep,
I'm sorry, I forgot that part.
Some-
Like,
yeah.
I took 3 Benadryl to fall asleep, and then I fought the sleep because it like felt good to fight the sleep.
Yeah.
And you hallucinate.
And the Hat Man came.
Yeah. Which
Scary.
I
just sounds weird.
I've never tried to fight my sleep while taking sleep medicine, but I have had instances where I've taken a drowsy medication and woken up kind of feeling funky and seen some weird shit.
Yeah.
Like Dramamine. There was a couple car rides where I was like, what the fuck is going on
What's
right now?
happening? Well, that wasn't just Dramamine. We were messing with you. You were 7.
well, so this became such an issue that TikTok had to put a warning on the videos with the challenge
Not surprised.
known as hashtag sleepy chicken.
God.
So if you searched for related videos on TikTok, you would be greeted with a message that said, some online challenges can be dangerous, disturbing, or even fabricated. Learn how to recognize.
Or even fabricated.
Yes.
I think that was all.
Learn how to recognize harmful challenges so you can protect your health and well-being.
TikTok puts a lot of warnings and information labels on their videos. I'll give them that.
That's good, yeah.
Like if a video has a lot of flash, it'll give you a flash warning sometimes.
Well, I guess they don't believe in free speech. Like,
And you're
Yeah.
told
Elon Musk.
They don't.
You're urged to, if you have like a lot of filters and editing tools create flash, and they tell you like, please put a flash warning because it's not good to click on a video and all of a sudden you're like tripping. 'cause
Yeah.
it's like you're watching some kind of anime.
Well, we think that NyQuil chicken started out as a joke.
Carrie and,
Yeah, come-
and
Me and the
scientists
internet.
are social media
Me and her
researchers.
partners.
Me and NPR. A Twitter user named Tristan DePew tweeted in 2017 an image of chicken that looked like it was cooked in NyQuil. You know, I had the NyQuil bottle there too, and it was this god awful green color. And he said it was a joke, and you know there was never any intention to actually eat the chicken or telling other people to do it. It was like something like, "This is what my girlfriend made," or something stupid like that.
Like get a
And-
girl who can cook, and it'll be
Yes.
a picture of like hot dogs in jelly and like random shit. Like that's also a common joke on the internet. It'll be like loose corn on a plate. Get a girl that can cook.
Yeah, it was something like that, and yeah, I think he thinks it's pretty dumb now. But he's also thinks it's a reason for concern that it took
The FDA.
the FDA and TikTok 5 years or probably not TikTok, but 5 years to issue some sort of warning about
It's
it.
always how the internet challenges or trends start. It's somebody making a clear joke. Someone posts a photo or a video of them absolutely just joking, and some 15-year-old decides to take it seriously, and it just catches on like that. It's like somebody was joking and posted a dumb picture of Tylenol, NyQuil chicken. That's clearly to be stupid and silly.
Yeah.
And some teenager was like, actually, I would like to make a video about that.
That
sounds
cool, man.
Well, so Procter & Gamble had to issue a statement and a warning about it, but as we know, there have been other ones like the cinnamon thing,
Yes.
inhale cinnamon or whatever, the whole Tide Pod thing.
Tide Pods are delicious. I'm not going to
It's
lie.
the forbidden gusher. You want to eat it.
The what?
The forbidden gusher.
What's
the Tide
forbidden
Pods.
Gusher?
It's when it's a non-edible food, looks like an edible food. It's the forbidden version of that. So like a Tide Pod is a forbidden gusher.
Oh, is that gum or something like that? Or candy with stuff in
Gusher,
it?
fruit,
You know what a gusher is?
I think so.
fruit snacks that have
Jet like liquid
a
in them.
weird, yeah,
Okay, I'm not a big
Mom never
fruit
let us have them
snack
when we were
eater.
kids.
too
You
much
didn't either.
high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
You guys never let us have gushers. I was paid in gushers
I
and
would've.
fruit roll-ups when I did that short film when I was a child.
Paid in gushers.
Well, because they had a steady supply of
They
sugar
didn't pay
for
me
the kids.
money, but they had a like a room with the food table, and I ate, not kidding, within those 2 days, 3 boxes of fruit roll-ups.
You need a manager. Okay, it was not. You did not strike a good deal there. I'll work for fruit roll-ups and
Do
gushers.
you have gushers? Yes,
If you-
then I will be there.
If you put aqua fresh in bread, I'll do that too. I don't care. Same idea. Okay, well, thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome.
for
So
that
just
ins-
don't do anything
No.
you see on the internet.
No.
Just, you know.
If you have a dumb idea, just
Keep it to yourself.
go step outside, touch some grass, and then you come back inside and see if you still want to do that stupid thing.
Right on. Hashtag keep it to yourself, asshole.
Hashtag you shouldn't have shared that. online.
because also warning, kids did die over the whole Benadryl
Gushers.
thing.
Oh, the Benadryl thing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Because kids want to do drugs and kids want to hallucinate and kids want to get fucked up. And sometimes when you're 14, you don't know how to get drugs. So you take a bunch of Benadryl and it's
Yeah.
dumb. And like
Or you smoke dried banana peels.
you smoke dried banana peels or you smoke cloves or you eat a bunch of nutmeg because apparently that's supposed to make you super
Really?
giggly. Yeah, like
Lord.
I never ate a bunch of nutmeg, but I did hear about that.
There's also helium. You're not really high, but you think you are because you sound weird.
Somebody had a birthday and you all take a balloon to your room and your
You're
voice
a
is
little,
high.
little lightheaded. A
Yeah.
little lightheaded if you do too much. It's true. Well,
Oh, okay.
I'll wrap it up with a not so, sad animal story. as I've been mostly bringing here, especially the person who got killed by a kangaroo. This is about the Tasmanian tiger,
Your
the Tasmanian
favorite
wolf,
thing
better
ever.
known as the thylacine, my favorite recently extinct animal. The thylacine, as you probably know, was the top marsupial predator in relatively modern Australia and Tasmania. When the dingoes came over 30, 40,000 years ago, they pretty much wiped out the thylacine on the mainland pretty quickly. But they survived in Tasmania until modern times. The last one died in 1936. You can see some video of it in a zoo in Hobart in Tasmania.
We did an early episode on the
We
thylacine?
did, yes,
Yeah.
because
Possible
there have been
sightings.
sightings of thylacine for many years, up until, including recently. It'd be amazing. There's lots of those sightings are on the Australian mainland, which is fairly ludicrous, but the possibility that there are some wild living thylacine out there in Tasmania is remote, but not ridiculous. I would love for that to be true. Well,
That would be really cool.
that would be amazing. So if they are extinct, and they probably are, what do? You bring them back, God
Yeah,
damn it.
duh. You engineer them.
Colossal Biosciences is a Texas-based de-extinction company.
Oh, no.
That's a thing.
Did we learn nothing from
I
Jurassic
was gonna
Park?
say,
Well, this
is
is
really
different,
stupid.
Carrie. These aren't large
but where
dinosaurs.
do you stop?
This company has been trying to bring back the woolly mammoth for a number of years, as a matter of fact.
That's a little too big. A little bit too big.
Well, I
Too
don't
big
think
to be brought back.
I don't think so.
I do. We
like
have
them
elephants, and that's
loose.
enough.
Yeah, but they're okay. I
don't agree.
Carrie's a big fan of elephants, and by
Yes.
extension, woolly mammoths. So what they do, though, is they would bring a bunch of quote-unquote proxy thylacines to help. The idea restore the balance to Tasmania. Tasmania doesn't have a large-ish predator. They're not that big. They're like kind of a small dog size, and they actually have kind of weak jaws. So,
They're so
the,
big.
one of the reasons they're exterminated because they're the people who were the shepherds, I guess, the lamb raisers, thought they were killing their lambs, and that's really not true. Maybe babies, but not that many. Not near. They got a bad deal.
Well, so who was killing the lambs?
Probably more likely dingoes, or even just feral dogs,
Bangers.
or even just they're full of shit. So they think they can restore some of the ecological balance in Tasmania with the reintroduction of the thylacine. And they finally have got some cash. They've got some money. They got a few $1,000,000 to try to do this. So Colossal Biosciences was co-founded by a Harvard University geneticist named George Church and a tech entrepreneur named Ben Lamb. And they're working with a guy at the University of Melbourne named Andrew Pask. He's more the expert. And he argues that the thylacine is just a absolutely perfect specimen for de-extinction because they didn't die out very long ago at all.
Yeah.
They have very good quality DNA because they have formaldehyde. They have preserved fetuses of thylacine. And that the prey, the animals they used to prey on, are still around in their natural habitat, and the natural habitat remains in Tasmania. So they've got all the tools there, all
True,
the
bestie.
But how-
foundations to be
But how are they going to make a genetically diverse population?
Let me explain,
Okay.
or try to. But the idea is that you don't get a perfect specimen at first. You have to take DNA from, you hope, the animal. Like that's why the woolly mammoth is possible, because they found, in Siberia, they find these woolly mammoths that are
Right.
preserved, right? Well, the thylacine, they have plenty of good DNA, right? But what they don't have that you have with the woolly mammoth is a good specimen to introduce it into and blend that DNA.
Right.
So the woolly mammoth has the Asian elephant, a relatively close cousin of the woolly mammoth. And so they think they can introduce it into an Asian elephant and get closer and closer to a real woolly mammoth. It'll never be a true 100% woolly mammoth, but it'd be like a cold-adapted Asiatic elephant with fur that would look very much like a woolly mammoth. With the thylacine, it's going to be a little more difficult because there's no close relative of them at all.
Yeah.
And so the closest they can get is, let me find it. The researcher Andrew Pask was saying like the first time they can be like a kind of a 90% thylacine, but after a few years of doing it, he thinks he can get to 99.9%, be really, really, really close. And he wants to generate about 100 and let them loose. And that would be a breeding population that would be genetically diverse enough to last. He
So,
says,
so they have 100 different specimens.
yes, they would manufacture 100 different specimens of 99% thylacine. That's the idea. That's the goal, ultimately. They're like 96% done with sequencing the DNA, the genome of the thylacine, so they're in good shape with regard to that. But he says the last 4% is the trickiest part. He says, quote, "It's like doing one of those horrible puzzles that's all baked beans or all blue sky."
Baked bean puzzle.
Why? Blue sky I get. That's a hard
Baked
puzzle. But
beans.
baked beans? You've done baked bean puzzles?
Probably.
What the fuck is happening in Australia? Quote, "Every bit looks the same, and we're trying to figure out how it goes together." So it's not there yet, but he thinks they're pretty close, and he thinks they'll get there. And so the closest thing to a relative is the fat-tailed dunnart. It's a mouse-sized marsupial, and there's plenty of them, and they survive well in captivity. And they're using CRISPR gene editing technology, which will sort of slice and dice the thylacine DNA into the dunnart genome to get as close as they can to the thylacine, and then have the dunnart would be giving birth. And since
Wait,
go ahead,
how would a mouse-sized animal give birth to a...
because remember what marsupials are. They're pouched mammals. The babies come out. They're the size of
they're
a grain of
teeny-tiny.
rice. They're very, very small. So even this
Okay.
little mouse. So for a good long while, it can suckle that little baby thylacine, and it's fine. They'll eventually have to make some kind of synthetic pouch.
Yeah.
But it could give birth, and it could take care of it in its own pouch for a decent amount of time. That's another thing too with the thylacine. Their pregnancy cycle is like just several weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whereas the elephants is like 22 months. So
Jesus.
they think this can go a lot faster than the mammoth research
Right.
can go.
Yeah, I think
Well, yeah,
so too.
because most of their development is done after
Outside,
they're born.
exactly.
So
Yeah, I know. Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're developing.
I forgot
in a
about
pouch,
that.
Not in the womb.
interesting.
Yikes.
And they think they've figured out they can already use skin cells to create stem cells, and stem cells are the gold standard for this kind of research. So they're thinking that they have a shot. Some scientists aren't buying it. They think, I don't know, this is going to be really hard. That last mile of doing that is going to be, they think it's going to be impossible. That, for one thing, the fat-tailed dunnart is separated from the thylacine by 40 million years of evolution. So it's not a very close, because they relate it to it's like trying to use a dog and to turn it into a cat. They're a little bit more distant.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem that distant to me, but it seems like that's a lot less than dogs and cats, I believe, are less than 40 million years apart. But anyway, a lot of folks are thinking this is not going to happen and they won't be able to do it. Some also question that they should do it.
Right.
I don't know. Of course they should. Good God.
Why?
We made them extinct. They were a critical part of that ecosystem.
Yeah.
Of course we should. There's no question. Make room for them and do it. God damn it. So
agree.
that's the
Sometimes
story
we just
of
have to
the-
live with the consequences of our actions, Dean.
No, I don't want to live with the consequences of someone else's actions, of assholes' actions
It
a
wasn't
century
my
and more
fault.
ago. Yeah, no. I should not have to live without thylacines when I didn't cause them to be extinct. Okay?
It's not fair.
It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair.
I'm reserving my opinion one way or the other
Well,
because
I guess you're part of the problem, Kara.
I think there are a whole lot of implications and things. I
Wow.
want it
Jurassic
to,
World
I want it to be
implications.
decided
Wow.
by smarter people than me. That's what I gotta say.
Guess what?
Good,
it
because
is.
they are. The people doing this are all smarter than you and me. Well, maybe not me.
Yes,
But I
they're smarter than
mean,
you.
you know,
they're
what if they're
scientists.
That's
successful and then people go crazy with all kinds of other things? A la Jurassic
That's
Park.
the slippery
You
slope
know,
argument, and it's not.
I
it's
think
nonsensical.
we're not gonna jump from thylacine
No.
to T-Rex. I hope not.
Well, remember, you need to have viable DNA, and there aren't that many animals that we have viable DNA for that are extinct now.
Yeah.
True.
So,
skis.
and any one that we do would have to be relatively recently extinct,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise you wouldn't have it. So, why not fix the stupid? Why not fix dumb errors that we made? Let's do it. I say we do it.
30s was not very long ago.
Now, do we have any dodo? We have dodo. I wonder if we have dodo flesh. Do we have dodo DNA? Because we
You
should
know,
definitely bring back
dodos
dodo.
weren't dumb.
No,
We know that.
no.
Dodos were not dumb. They just didn't have fight or flight.
Emma's like an advocate.
Because they
Stop
dodos weren't-
calling the dodo dub. God damn it.
like there was an American Dad episode where Stan, the CIA guy, got to take care of the CIA's dodo bird for the week or whatever, and they depicted him being super dumb, like picking up a gun and like dropping in a blender.
That made you
Yeah.
angry. You love that show, and that made you angry, didn't it?
I was pissed.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Cancel American Dad. Don't, please. I love you so much, American Dad.
Emma gets most of her zoological information from
Yes.
American Dad.
Is that misinformation or disinformation?
Yeah, in that case, yes. So that's
boy.
it for the latest edition of Weird News, Animal Edition. Thank you
Kind of.
for listening. What?
Yeah, that was
Kind of
animal.
animal.
Yeah, Carrie,
edition.
you're trust.
All but one was animal based.
No, I think chicken NyQuil is animal based.
True.
Okay.
True.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
All right. See ya.